Like Aaron said, your mom is beautiful. You're like, you should see my dad.
It is Friday, the 8th of July. My name is Davey, and this is GTFOLive. Tonight's topic is gay pride. Events, parades, parties, whatever. In the US, the official LGBT Pride Month is June, and many cities held their events last month. But celebrations do occur in the US and around the world all year round. Joining me tonight are a select group of international homos, and before we get started, they're going to introduce themselves, and they're going to tell us what Regina would write about them in the burn book.
Wait, just one question. Is it like one small sentence or like fucking history?
Okay.
And then the thing.
My name is Aaron, and I'm actually back from the pilot episode. And Regina would write, and she'd probably have a picture of me going, "Who is this?"
I'm Jens, and I think what would be in the book is probably like immigrant slut.
International slut.
International slut. That actually also works.
I bet you banged Robin.
No, I did not.
Really?
Yes.
Robin.
Wait,
They're like,
artist Robin. I'm Giancarlo, but you can call me whatever you like. Gina would probably say that I'm such a slut that my right leg and my left leg have never met.
And like I said, my name is Davey, and Regina would write about me that I'm incapable of having sex in private.
what? 3 sluts and an invisible person.
Okay, well, I'm gonna start. Let me present to you 4 interesting facts about the history of Pride. Pride actually began in 1969 after the Stonewall Inn in New York was raided by police. But it actually began as a series of riots, which happened over in Greenwich Village because of that police raid. And it became a big thing. Like, that following November, they had a resolution where they would actually celebrate that event as the birth of the gay pride movement. Okay, fact number 2, the largest pride parade ever was in Sao Paulo, Brazil, with 3.5 million people. The smallest was in Sligo, Ireland, which had 100 people. I don't think that's accurate anymore.
It ended up exactly
The smallest
100
figure
people.
is a little bit arguable. I mean, what makes a pride parade? Is there like a pride parade registry that you have to join if you're actually having a pride
Sign
parade?
your name here.
There is an international organization that, like, advocates for these things, but I don't know if they actually, like, register people as an official pride parade. But we talked about this last week. Cuba had their first pride parade last week. Yep, first pride
Did
ever.
things go well?
Yeah,
How many people
apparently.
died?
Like, I guess they wouldn't be able to, like,
The
have
Cuban
permission to
state-
hold it at all unless people would be fine with it.
Does China have a pride parade?
There are no gay people in China.
Oh, okay, that's it.
Well, actually, China has a very neutral stance towards it, but yeah, they generally just pretend it doesn't happen. Cuba actually has no reason to be against it. Neither does China. They're both atheist states. But
Fact number 3.
yes.
Johannesburg, South Africa holds the only pride march in all of Africa. They also have the only full same-sex marriage on the continent. You know, an entire continent, and only one
It is
city
Africa,
has a
though.
pride parade.
Well,
And I mean,
It is Africa.
well, it does make sense.
Yeah, I feel like that Africa and the Middle East are like the only places where people are actually still murdered for being
Yeah.
gay, so, you know, it makes...
And then you have like
It's
the
awful,
part
but
of
it
the
makes
population
sense.
that are like busy starving and stuff too, so...
The original rainbow flag, the symbol of the Pride movement, had 8 colors. It was first used in San Francisco for their Pride
What a
celebrations.
Wait,
Of course.
are there more colors now?
There
Or
are
less?
6
It's
now.
just- Why did they remove two?
I know
It-
that
not like
eight
some
colors,
meaningful
and
reasons.
then
Like one of them was like when they had 8, they ran out of material for one of the colors, so they stopped using it. And then when they had 7, They wanted to choose an even number because when it was flying on the flag, one of the colors was like blocked by the pole. First one that was removed eventually was hot pink. It stands for sexuality. Red stands for life. Orange stands for healing. Yellow stands for sunlight for some reason, because apparently gay people create sunlight. Duh. Well, Aaron does, but I don't know about the rest of y'all. Green is for nature. Turquoise, which was the other one that was removed, is for art. Indigo is for harmony, but it was replaced by blue. And violet, which is the darker pink that is used now, is for spirit. Have you guys actually ever been to a Pride event?
Nope.
Actually, I was at my first one this year. Well, in Brussels. It was like the parade and shit, but and we were going to go to like the official Pride party afterwards, and little did we know there were two.
There were two.
One for the old people, and one for the young cool people. We accidentally
Are you saying that
for the old
people
people
are not cool?
because we got up there and it was like completely silent, and then the music started and it was like a high school disco or something. People were like dancing this far apart from each other. What the fuck have we got into? How lame is this party? And then we went outside because we thought, well, this sucks, let's go somewhere else. And we see this long ass line to the house beside where we went in, and we were asking like, oh, what's this? And they're like, oh, it's an official Pride party. And then we realized there were two.
Did you get into the other one?
No, because the line was so long and we were so pissed and we didn't have the money to pay for it, because we were like, we're not going to pay like 10 euros extra just to get into another party when we paid 8 to get into a lame ass party.
How big was the actual parade thing?
I don't really know, I was drunk. But it seemed quite big. It seems quite big.
Aaron, have you ever been?
No. My Pride experience is that I noticed posters for a Pride that's happening in a different city in this province. So I looked at the posters and I was like, oh, it's on June the 5th. 3 weeks later, my friend Drew visited me, and I was thinking about it again, and I was like, I wonder when that was, and yeah, I missed it by a long shot.
Maybe next year. What the hell were we up to?
But you hadn't asked Giancarlo.
Well, the obvious answer is no. I haven't done anything in terms of Pride.
I knew that. But prides happen all around you. There's a big one in LA, obviously.
Yeah, I saw it, and it was like a 3-day thing. You need to buy tickets to go to the party on each day. But I was supposed to go to San Francisco Pride, but my plans ended up changing. I have a friend up in San Francisco, and he went to Pride, and he said that it was nothing but a bunch of 20-year-olds in their underwear on floats. He said the Folsom Street Fair was just a bunch of leather daddies peeing on each other. So.
Yeah. I didn't see too much of that actually, so I was really pleasantly surprised. I saw someone walking around with like, you know, these whip things they have for horses.
Yeah.
And I saw a bunch of trannies with those as well.
We had leather daddies at... I've been to, for the past couple of years, I'd been to both the Providence one and the Boston one. And at both, there were leather daddies. The key difference, though, is the Boston one is like mostly... They try to do a big focus on family and like, religious organizations coming in. They also had people dressed in full leather and like helmets in the shape of a horse's head. But basically
I think
pretend
that's one of the,
to be...
That's one of the issues of Pride. That it's more like a spectacle than it is like...
freak show. But that's the stuff that catches people's attention, but it's not what it's all about. The Providence one is mostly a bunch of young people, most of them dressed as freaks, but but more for the sake of awareness as opposed to
attention facts,
making it a circus. How can Pride be better? Because you know how Pride is supposed to serve the gay community, gay people and lesbians and bisexuals and transsexuals coming together and celebrating their community.
I just think from like an outside viewpoint of the LGBTQ community, like it looks like the your everyday homo are underrepresented, just because we try to make a freak show out of all the diversity we have.
We do want those people represented. We want them to come in and celebrate, because it's being gay isn't about the rainbow. It's about being able to love who you love.
I feel like the biggest improvement that Pride could serve in this province is that it's too focused on, like I said, the reason that each city in this province doesn't have its own Pride every year is because they're trying to get together to make it big enough, but I feel like their roadblock is that they're trying to act like there's an overarching gay community that is spread all across North America. So they're not focusing on the fact that what it's supposed to be about is that it's highlighting that the gay part of the community is a facet in every community that should be.
And that's all the time we have for you today. Join us next week when we talk about our high school closet dramas. Until then, don't forget to subscribe to this channel, rate the video even if you don't like it, and join us at gayteenforum.org.